Good morning. As always, the manipulation continues with your mind and the things you hear and see on television and the radio. I'm listening to NPR and it's just absolute crap. They cannot say Mr. T's name without venom dripping from their tongues. That's not journalism at all. That's propaganda, which is basically all you hear on the news. All you hear, and that's why NPR is being defunded. Because it's basically just a wing of the Democratic Party. It's like the media, the Democratic media party. I don't know what the fuck you call it. But everything, I studied journalism for 2 years, people. I understand how to manipulate. And here's the fun part, is I purposely would do articles, when I would do opinion articles, like my opinion on things, I would do it in such a way that nobody understood where I was coming from. You couldn't tell whether or not I liked the subject or hated it. That wasn't my point. My point is to get the subject out. For you to decide how you feel about it. Not for me to tell you how to feel about it. See how that's where the manipulation starts. When somebody else tells you how to feel about another human being, you're being manipulated. You see how that works? That's like I'm telling you Hillary Clinton's a horrible human being. But that's not my place to say. I can say all the things that she's done, and her record stands for itself. Everything she speaks stands for itself, so I don't have to say anything bad about Hillary. She's either going to say good or bad about herself, and you're either going to believe in her or you're not. Just like Trump, you either believe in the man or you don't. I'm not going to sit there and tell you to Orange Man bad, or Mr. T's the champ. I'm just going to tell you that this is what he does, and this is the reaction. It's almost like an action-reaction kind of physics. So if journalism is dead, it doesn't exist, it's just all propaganda, and everything you hear on NPR is just going to be hateful, bitter, twisted. The January 6th rioters. What? The police were shooting percussion grenades into the crowd. They've never done that to. Remember when Antifa and BLM stormed the White House and literally 600 Secret Service members were injured? They never used one. They weren't even allowed to have fucking sidearms on them. And these motherfuckers were shooting fucking percussion grenades into the crowds of peaceful old women and old men with Trump hats on. They didn't have a gun on them. It's not an insurrection when you don't have weapons. Coups basically are when you get a bunch of assholes together with guns and they storm a capitol and they shoot everybody with, that's government, and then they take over. That's what a coup happens. None of these motherfuckers had guns. That's a coup. They all would have showed up